All right, 300,000 plus of you guys have now watched my negotiation video, and many of you have expressed a certain amount of anger at the seemingly arbitrary way I seem to set my price at the beginning of that video. So let's talk about pricing. There are three ways that businesses typically set prices, and the third one is the most interesting. The first one is pretty simple. It's called cost plus. You figure out your costs, you add a margin on top, and that is your price. The second is market pricing. You look at the market and you figure out a way to create a cost structure that allows you to play that game. The third one is an interesting one. It is called a value-based pricing. With value-based pricing, you price based on the perceived value to the customer. And that might sound a little crazy, but it happens all the time. Imagine a photographer and she shoots family portraits out of her studio. Now, imagine that instead of shooting family photos, out of that very same photo studio with the very same equipment, she shoots Taylor Swift. The value of that job is totally different. That's value-based pricing. And this is where things get a little fraught for me as an American running a business in Germany. Because although in my other video I was negotiating with an anchor and trying to get a good price, I also didn't know where my customer valued my service. The problem is the best way to figure out how somebody values something is to have a conversation with them about it, and if you're not careful, that conversation could come to resemble haggling. And that, as the Germans might say, is a no-go. And honestly, I still don't have a perfect answer for how to bridge this gap. Sometimes a customer asks you to name a price and won't give you your budget. Sometimes you go to do market research and find that the market doesn't really exist. And sometimes you can't trust your own cost-plus analysis, because if you're too cheap, the customer will think you don't have the ability to bring the value that she's after. So what do you do?